What's going on, guys? We are at it again. We are in the car heading over to Quebec. We've got a awesome 4-day trip planned with a great group of guys. Going to be an amazing trip. We're actually starting in Temiscaming, and so we're going to be staging there tonight, and in the morning we leave for Val-d'Or, and from Val-d'Or we're going to be heading up to Temiscaming. Plan is to stay there for a night, and then our third day we're going to head from Temiscaming over to Val-d'Or, and then we'll stay there the night, and then the last day we'll be back to the truck on Tuesday, which is going to be doing a big stint actually from Val-d'Or back down to Temiscaming again. So we're pumped, we're ready to go. It's going to be an awesome trip, and we're going to be bringing you guys lots and lots of footage. We checked the weather this morning, and it was actually minus 34 degrees Celsius. So for you Americans, that's super cold. So we're expecting it to be pretty cold. There's an extreme cold weather alert in effect right now, and it's going to be a good test on everything. We've changed up our machines with some additional elements that we'll use for cold weather riding, and we're going to bring you guys lots of insight and feedback into how some of those things are working. Big windshields, hand guards, gauntlets. We've all got some pretty crazy warm suits. So it should be good. 4-day saddlebag, pretty excited. Yeah, can't wait. So make sure you guys tag along for the ride, and we'll see you on the trail. Here we are. We're at the Auberge Thème Rose. Super nice place. I wasn't actually expecting this. So Jesse's going to give you a quick tour of what.
Yeah. So we ended up having to get a suite because they didn't have any more two bedrooms that were regular rooms. So we got a suite for $40 more. 2 massive rooms, big washroom, shower, pretty ample living room, and full kitchen. And we have at the bottom of the stairs like a whole laundry room with a washer and dryer. So pretty impressed with the accommodations. The restaurant was pretty good, and the food was amazing. We were starving when we got here, so food was good. We all grouped up. Rich met everyone in person because none of us had met Rich yet, so that was good. And now we're just heading to bed, and in the morning we're gonna get up first thing and have breakfast at 7 to be on the trail by 8 in the morning.
Ooh, we love our 2-strokes. Morning, boys. Minus 30 degrees, colder than a witch's.
It's very cold out here. Everything struggled to start this morning. Everyone's getting unloaded and ready to go. Oh, lens is a little foggy there. That's better. And yeah, it's pretty darn cold. We're all gonna load up, get on our machines, and start trekking out towards Val-d'Or, which is the destination for day 1.
Gas first, no?
Yeah, we're gonna get gas first. Andrew's tinkering on his machine as usual. Rich is all the way back there. Truck unloaded. He can't get his seat off his machines because he wanted to put oil in the little seat storage on the Matrix, but he couldn't get the seat off, so he's not carrying oil, but I got 12 liters of oil in my machine.
Let's go.
I'm carrying all the oil. Mike's got a bit of oil, and Kosta's got a bit of oil. Me and Kosta are rocking the combo bags. They hold a shit ton of oil, so they're great for trips like these. So, how are the trails, boys?
Trails are amazing. Amazing. Fucking awesome. Fucking amazing.
Look at that. Fresh groom, baby. Yeah, so Mike put on Bergstrom triple point skegs, and Andrew is interested to try out it and see if it's better, and because he's finding this morning, especially with it being hard packed, that his machine is darting like crazy. So Mike's saying his machine with the Bergstroms aren't darting at all, so they're switching up. We're all happy. Trails are amazing, right? Woo! Let's go. Yeah, anyways, those Bergströms are just absolutely fantastic. So I think Mike's buying me a new present. But we'll see. Maybe he'll be kind, or maybe I'll have to get soaked for another $300. But we'll see. Okay, so we're just, I believe, just coming into Moffat on our way up the 309 into Val-d'Or, and the trails in Quebec are absolutely fantastic. This is the first time I've ridden these specific trails, and we've done 160K so far, so about just over half our day done. And we didn't hit a bump all day. Like some of the small things that like you always slow down for in Ontario, like when you come to a bridge, you always slow down, not only because there's a bridge, but usually because there's a bump on both sides of the bridge, mostly, and sometimes even over the bridge. And none of that. Like the bridges, it's like smooth. It's like it was part of the trail, there was no bridge. So the trails here are amazing, freshly groomed. How are the trails? You can't... What? Yeah, I know, I muted myself because I'm recording. Okay, yeah, so we are just 20K from La Force. We'll get gas, and then that's going to take us right up into Val-d'Or, which we're all excited for dinner because we didn't actually stop anywhere for lunch and we're just eating snacks. The other thing I noticed, the signing up here is like impeccable. Like literally every intersection and often throughout the trails, there are signs exactly where, how far the cities are, gas stations, restaurants, points of interest, all of that. A lot of shelters where you can stop to warm up. So today we did, but that was in the morning when it was really cold and the GoPro wasn't working, so I couldn't record it. But yeah, like the system over here, like I have to say, is probably significantly superior to that of the OFSC. The FCMQ has got this thing down packed. They're paying their groomer operators, all of them. I'm under the impression it's all of them. And that's why these trails are so impeccable, because they're just getting more attention because it's people's full-time jobs or part-time jobs from December to April to groom trail, and they get paid for it. And in Ontario, some do for sure, but there's lots that don't, and so the trails just don't get groomed as often, and they don't look like this. Like we have not hit one single bump since we left Temiscaming, not one, and we've done almost 200K. Yes, the OFSC does a good job and the trails are decent, but Ontario could do so much better if they adopted a similar system to Quebec. They charge $200 more for a permit, and listen, I know people are going to hate me for that. They'll be like, oh, the permit is too expensive already. At the end of the day, if you're riding, if you're snowmobiling, if you're in this sport, and $200 and $400 is too much for you, you should get out of the sport. And I don't want to say that
bluntly, but I am, because like anything you buy, if you blow a belt, okay, that's $200, $150 at the minimum. You like you need to buy a link bag, okay, that's another $150 to $300. So $400, paying an extra $200 from Ontario to get a Quebec permit where the trails are groomed constantly, they're always flat, and the conditions are just so much better. You're telling me you wouldn't pay an extra $200 for that? Like, I think that's worth it. So this trail over here reminds me, or this section of 309 reminds me hugely of a section of the A103 heading from Coconut up to the canyon. Very similar terrain back there. This trail is nice and windy and twisty, very technical. But it's actually quite nice. And fucking groomed to perfection. The other thing we've noticed is all day, maybe 15 stop signs in 160K. So trails are way more off the roads, and it's awesome. It's just like the less amount of stop signs you have to stop out on the road, the less amount of potential accidents that could happen, and it's just better for the sledder, better for the driver, better for everyone. Okay, so we just left La Force, filling up our second gas stop and continuing on the 309 all the way to Val-d'Or. Trails have been flawless all day, like insanely good, and we're all having lots of fun.
What's going on, guys? We are here night number 2. We're actually in the Forestel in Val-d'Or. Had a pretty amazing ride today, about 340 some odd, 350K. Spectacular trails actually all day. I don't think we hit one bump. They do a really good job on the grooming out here. Trails were honestly pristine pretty much the whole day. Little bit of a, kind of a mishmash here at the hotel tonight. Didn't really get the greatest service, but understand that, with the COVID times, things are probably a little bit harder for them to kind of organize themselves, but we waited
almost 4 hours for
yeah.
A $48 steak that was probably worth $10.
Yeah, it was a long time for food. The whole place was just waiting on food. We were 2.5 hours just sitting there. And we had a bunch of drinks. It was good, but a little disappointed with the service for sure.
Yeah.
And hopefully, next time we come back, it will be a little bit better because we heard great things about this place.
But on a bright side, the actual hotel itself is amazing. It's a beautiful hotel. The rooms are amazing. We said this when we walked in. Every part of the hotel is great, but right now the restaurant ain't so good.
Not so good. Anyway, we're beat, so we're going to try to get ourselves together, get some stuff organized, and then we're going to get at it again in the morning, so we'll see you guys from the trail.
If you like that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Sled Addicts YouTube channel, where we release content on everything snowmobiles. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be updated every time we release new videos.